It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. Yo, man. Boom, Miss Rusty. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Public Access Podcast, the podcast here on the Rusty Diamond Podcast Network. It's fucking Saturday. I'm doing shows on Saturday now because I can. Fuck it. So thank you, everyone, for being here. And I'm just going to get to it because I was going to take a sip. And I needed to do that first because I'm going to be talking. So it's time for me to bring on my special guest right here and right now. And my special guest right here and right now is Air Adonis. What is up?
Hello.
Hello.
What's
Dude,
up?
man, just enjoying getting to talk with you. It's
Yeah,
nice. It's
it
nice.
is nice, man. Really
And
miss you being around in the scene out here.
yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
keep thinking I want to go back out there at some point. Like if I go out next time to Oregon, I should take a trip up to Canada. I haven't been to Canada since 2017, and
Yeah.
that was at the show at the casino, the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was actually at that one.
Okay, so then it's probably been longer than that. I think maybe the last time I saw you, maybe then in Kelowna, there was like a 3-day thing up there.
There was
Um,
Kelowna, and then there was Kitsilano at the
oh
Russian
yeah,
Cultural Center. I remember you were doing a kind of like a talk show segment there for a while.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that was it was fun, man. Like just
And it
got to
seems like you're
do
still kind of doing a talk show segment, but now it's on a much better fucking frequency.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Not
Sometimes you got
under
to
the
change.
thumb of weird people.
You got to change. Yeah, that frequency every once in a while. And
Absolutely. Yeah, but
yeah,
we do miss you out here, man.
thank you. Yeah,
Me and Scotty talk about you all the time. I live with
cool.
Chris V. He's always putting you over.
Oh shit. Okay, you live with Chris V.
He lives in my basement.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. The
Yeah,
the V man.
the V man. Yeah, said you
Oh
you helped him out quite a bit, gave him a drive and all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude. It was
he's a
cool,
big
dude.
fan of you as well.
Dude, he was so fucking over out there in Philadelphia. You know how crazy this was? Like, okay, so let me tell you about the V man for a minute. If
Well, yes.
okay, so he came out there and like my body was kind of fucked up until last October. And then it got better after that. But so when he came, it was a year ago in April. So I was still like I could get around, but like my body was fucking hurting. And dude would just fucking he was walking everywhere, man. Like he was going through Philadelphia, taking pictures of everything. And
He's being a
dude
real
was
tourist.
yeah, dude, yeah, and same thing in fucking we went down to Washington for 2 days and like I tried walking around there for a bit, but like dude, he kept on going. He did that like
Well,
uh
he did tell me that he rented some of those electric scooters to get around.
yeah.
Yeah, he was just flying. He's like the roads were flat. I was just flying around. Because where
Yeah.
we live, they have the rented scooters too. But the Pacific Northwest is full of mountains and hills.
Yeah.
Not so good for scooting up a hill, right?
No, and so you got your scooter still? Do you still have your scooter?
Oh yeah, I got scooters in the back. Oh, hold on. They're back there somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
I
Dude,
love scooting.
I do too, man. I miss it. I brought my scooter down to Florida and then I didn't get it back.
Oops,
It's okay. One will come around again someday. I think
yeah,
that's the only way I like getting around, dude.
dude,
Like,
I fucking love scooters, man. I
yeah.
fucking love scooters. I bought a 750cc Honda Magnum motorcycle. Too
Oh,
much power for me. And I'm like a pretty built guy. And I was like, there's too much risk to reward here. I just want to sit down on my scooter, be casual, fly around, and still feel the freedom of the wind on my face. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Like I told myself like if I had a motorcycle, dude, I'd be fucking just, having, like you said, too much power. Like with the scooter, it's, you know, 50 cc's, 49 cc's, and it
Yeah.
just goes 35, 40 maybe if you're going down a hill a little bit. And but dude, it feels fucking great, man.
And it's
Do you
so cheap
ever,
on gas.
yeah, like, dude, moving and getting the thing into a moving van, I would have to get my tank totally empty, and then they'd have to take out the gasoline and the oil and like drain it. And dude, just trying to fucking run the gas out of it. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I can go out for a drive and like, it'll be done. And then like, nope, I still have gas. And then you go
Yeah.
out and ride it more, and it's like, I
Even
can't.
when it's like tanked on bottom, that thing will run on fumes, man. Like,
Yeah,
it will. You're like, I'm not gonna make it to the gas station. Oh yes, we're making it.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
don't go up a big hill on empty.
yeah. Have you gone out into the mountains to
Uh,
go?
I haven't gone out onto the mountains on them. No, I use mine mostly for local driving because
Cool.
traffic is really bad here. I'm not sure how it's like where you are, but it's very overpopulated here now. The infrastructure is really not built for it, and all they keep doing here is ripping down houses and then throwing up giant condos. So it's like you
Oh
took
shit.
a house with a couple cars and now you turned it into a full condo with underground parking. Like the streets and the areas around, they're not prepared for all these sudden cars, right? So now traffic is just horrible. And I already had a scooter, but then I felt very privileged to have my scooter once the traffic got even worse. I'm like, well, everyone's backed up bumper to bumper. I'm going off on the side, just getting to my gym or groceries anyway. Even the cops are stuck in bumper to bumper, so they can't do anything, even if they saw you. And when you're on a little mini Vespa or like an old Honda, the cops don't really give you a hard time anyway. They're like, oh, fuck, look, he's just getting
Yeah,
around. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like rolling around on a motorcycle trying to make a statement. It's like nowadays, all the electric vehicles, people don't even know. They're like, oh, just a tiny little vehicle going that way.
yeah,
I
dude.
just found it extremely convenient, and I love the freedom of being on a scooter.
Yeah, dude. I did it in China, and I was like, I got back and I wouldn't shut up about it. I was like, dude, this thing it was so much fun. Like, why am I not getting around on this? And I didn't have a car from the so it would have been like January 2009 until like September 2017, and that was when I moved out in the country. And
Yeah,
so and then I went to China like right when I got my car, or like right when I got back, I got a car, and I was riding around on a scooter. I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And then I wouldn't shut up about it. And then like it got to be when COVID hit. I was down in, well, I was in like Minneapolis when it hit, and then like within a month moved down to southern Minnesota,
yeah.
um, where like I don't know. There's a lot of open areas, so I got to ride a lot out there, and then like it's 15 minutes of a drive to Iowa, and Iowa never closed down at all for anything. Never had any restrictions of anything, and it was
Sweet.
cool as shit. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, and
Feels normal for a minute. Like, whoa, this is freedom.
yeah, yeah, like it was 15 minutes away, but like and so I'd go right around there. I ended up getting a scooter like not long after I got there. It's like, well, I fucking, um, I why not? Why not do it? I think, yeah, it was that,
Well,
and then
I fell in love with scooters myself. I'll be honest, like I would just have my learner's license and have my girlfriends drive me around for the longest times. I didn't for a while I didn't really want to grow up.
yeah,
I was just content partying and wrestling and doing my thing and whatever else. But then me and a girlfriend at the time, we took a vacation to Cuba. And at
cool.
Cuba, they had right on the resort scooters that you could rent on the resort. but you'd have to give a driver's license. So then my girlfriend gave hers, and then the Cuban guy's like, "You won't be riding the scooter. He will be." And then she's like, "What? He doesn't even have his license. I have my license." And then he's like, "No, no, 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 no. Man rides scooter." And then so I rode the scooter. She rode on the back, and riding around in Cuba, I was riding around like the thinnest roads possible. Semi trucks coming at me. I barely drove cars or anything at the time. Now I'm on this scooter for the first time, and they had winding roads. And the edge of the road, of course, is a cliff that if you fall, you die and land in the ocean. So my
Whoa.
first time on a scooter was like in the most extreme terrains. I remember she was trying to talk to me on the back, and I couldn't pay attention to what she was saying because I was so focused on the road. My hands were clenched but filled with sweat because I was so nervous. I was just like, "Ooh." But then after I survived that and we got back to the resort, I fell in love with scooters, and then I just started envisioning my life back home, bumping around on these scooters and stuff. And it's actually what motivated me to go get my license and stuff. And then me and that girlfriend, we broke up.
Yeah.
Within a fucking week, I went out and bought my dream scooter, 1984 Honda Aero. But the next week, got my license, and then I was riding. It was a whole new me. And like, I defined so many of those times, like listening to music and riding around on the scooter. It was like when I started to find myself and freedom again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I have great memories with scooters, and I'll always love them. I don't care who teases me over them. People actually now think they're more cool because they come over like, "Do you drive a scooter?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I drive a scooter." You know?
Yeah. And especially the 80s Honda one. I have a buddy, Luke, who lives up in Ocean Shores, Washington, but he used to live by me in Oregon. And dude, yeah, he's got an 80s fucking scooter, Honda one too. And I'm like, dude, it's like, it's interesting the people
You
that ended
see them
up
in
with
movies
scooters.
too. You watch movies from the 80s, you'll see those
Yeah.
scooters. They were in Ninja Turtles 1 and 2, different pizza delivery drivers riding those scooters around New York and stuff like that. Subliminally, those scooters were sinking in from a young age, you know?
Yeah.
And oh, yeah, and the Honda ones are the coolest and the best, right? They like captured a time so perfectly.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking awesome. And they fucking go. And yeah, like you said, you don't have to fucking gas up all the time. You can get around fucking anyone. And yeah, people are pretty stoked to see, they're more stoked to see people on a scooter than the bruh 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 bruh
They
people.
they absolutely are because like carloads of people would like pull up next to me. They're like, "Yeah," all stoked, like give me a thumbs up. You
Yeah. And
know, it's a
so then
childlike innocence for sure.
and this is an antique, uh
Yeah,
even, which is cooler. Is there anything with that, with the licensing, like since it's
there is,
older than it?
but they make you go through all these requirements to get the collector's plates out here.
Yep.
And because I've had them worked on, because obviously they're from 1984 and some things break down and need to be changed over then. Because I bought like Chinese tires and not Honda tires and changed this part for that part. They're like, no, no, you don't get collector's plates. But
Oh,
yeah,
well, yeah, it's all right.
it's all right. It's still an 84 scooter.
Yeah, they know what's up. And
Yeah. At one point, I had 5 scooters, man. I only have 2 now, and they're both identical. One's red, one's silver. The red one
well,
was the one that I purchased when me and that girlfriend split up, and
yeah.
I bought an identical silver one just to have spare original parts in case they break down on mine. So I'm
Whoa.
ahead of the game. Yeah, I take it pretty seriously.
Yeah. Where's been your favorite place around you that you like to go?
Uh, I like riding around the areas in Burnaby, where I grew up.
Cool.
My childhood streets because they got like big bush there, like a big giant like forest like thing that you could walk through for a few hours. So the whole area around it is just like little subdivisions and small roads with ma and pa stores and stuff like that. So I like zipping around in that old neighborhood, just feeling the nostalgia of that while on my nostalgic bike, right?
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
you listening to?
Oh, buddy, I listen to everything, but I do listen to mostly music from the 80s. Like I could be blasting like the Brazilian by Genesis or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song that doesn't have any lyrics.
Uh, I mean, I like songs that don't have lyrics.
Most of the songs I like do have lyrics, but that one in particular, you should if you haven't listened to it before, you should listen to it.
Well,
I heard it first on the show Magnum P.I.
dude, yeah,
I was watching an episode where some like little girl was taken or whatever, and some old detective teamed up with Magnum to go find this girl, and they're looking for this criminal kidnapper guy. And they played that song in the background, and then I was just captured by it. Like, what is this music in the background? I felt like I was on a quest too with them, trying to find this person.
yeah,
And then after that, of course, I go on the internet and look at the details, and then I was like, oh, it's that song.
dude,
That's
yeah,
a
like,
highly recommended song.
yeah, and do that show too. Like, there was a Pluto channel that would like that app that has the TV channels
Yeah.
and shows and shit. But there was a one that would play uh, like Magnum P.I. and Miami Vice a bunch, and do just like those two shows together. Like I would leave,
So fucking good.
yeah, and then such fucking good music throughout it. Like
Yeah.
I hadn't really gone and watched any of those, but then I just get fucking sucked in. I would leave the TV on for the cats like all the time. The TV would just always be on, and
Yeah.
like yeah, uh the volume would be up a little bit, but then yeah, I just end up just fucking sucked into both of them. I'm like, this is fucking great. I gotta know more. And then
Magnum
yeah,
P.I. is one of my favorite shows of all time. He's actually been a big influence of mine. There's his DVD box collection. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there.
oh shit, yeah,
Oh, where is it?
dude.
There.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know, when I grew up, I was like, I didn't see my dad for a long time because my parents divorced or whatever.
yeah.
And I guess when I was like looking for a father figure, Magnum P.I. was it for me. Oops, sorry.
That's cool. Dude, yeah, fucking good choice.
Yeah, so I just fell in love with that show. And I've even got like the same ring Magnum P.I. wears in that show.
No shit.
Yeah, I had it plastered and made at a jeweler out of gold. It's like some
Okay,
cross of Lorraine ring that
yeah,
they only give to people who survive some Vietnam trip. Him and his buddies have it in the show, but I didn't survive a Vietnam trip, but I have it anyway, just because, you know.
yeah. Sometimes
Great show, though.
you gotta do what becomes more what you want to do. I like using the analogy of I wanted to try different toothpaste. Like there's got to be something else besides mint or cinnamon. And I was like, I bet there's like a strawberry or watermelon. I found like strawberry watermelon toothpaste, but then like it was something that like I wanted to do, and like like getting a scooter, having the Magnum PI ring, like doing the more stuff that like you really want to do, like gets you
Fulfilling
more to the
childhood
truth.
requests, you know?
That too, yeah,
There's that inner child that's like, I wanted to do all that stuff. And even though you've moved on in life, the stuff is still in there somewhere incomplete. And then
yep,
like you're like, no, it's resting in my soul somewhere. It's a chapter I've got to go through and read and then close it and move on.
right,
But I don't really truly move on. I still watch Magnum PI and ride scooters and listen to the Brazilian by Genesis. So just gets embedded in your soul after a while. It's like comfort food, you know? And
yeah,
I feel the same way about the show Twin Peaks. You
okay,
know, that shows comfort food to me. Big Trouble in Little China. Oh yeah, yeah, that
oh,
movie's great.
yeah.
Bloodsport.
So then you are the '80s.
I am, yeah. I was born there and I stayed there. That's what happened.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking nice, man. Like the 80s, they had some fucking good things, and like everything's still cool from it.
Well, in my opinion, they haven't even really built up an action star since the 80s, you know?
Right. Who would it be?
Who would it be? Chris Hemsworth? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
It
There's no
would
Stallones, there's no Schwarzeneggers, there's no Van Dams, Chuck Norrises, right?
right.
Give me some Chuck. I don't maybe he could still pull it off.
Yeah, he's like, is he in his 80s now?
Yeah, he's in his 80s and he's still working out and doing his thing. I'm very proud of him. I didn't actually really get to enjoy his movies that much until I tore my bicep in 2023. I had seen a bit of Chuck growing up, but I was more focused on like Van Damme and Stallone and Schwarzenegger and stuff. So I kind of skipped over a lot of Chuck. But then when I tore my bicep off, my fiance was pregnant. So she was just in bed all day. I was on the couch all day. She's pregnant. I'm laid up with my injury. They gave me all these like painkiller pills. So I was just like, just kind of doze and watch TV. And then I went on Tubi, started Chuck Norris movies. I got sucked in, bro. I didn't realize how good some of these things were. Hidden gems I'd been avoiding my whole life. And then
Yeah, like
even when my daughter was born, I hadn't finished all the Chuck Norris movies yet. So she was literally born into watching Chuck Norris movies because she'd just be resting there. I'll be watching Chuck, you know?
that's a pretty good deal. And so you tore your pec right before you had your
My
daughter?
my right bicep, yeah, I tore it.
Your right bicep.
Yeah.
And it was right before you had your daughter?
My daughter was born in February and I tore my right bicep off like end of November, I think.
Whoa.
So there's
Okay.
like 6 weeks in between or something like that. So my
Okay.
daughter's born February 5th, or no, oh, so it'd be like about 2 months or so. But it's like a 6 month injury where you can't use your arm for like anything, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise because I got to be
Right.
home with her and stuff like that when she was born.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like right there, like, okay, great. It
Yeah,
sucks, but like, yeah, I get to have all this time just
yeah,
right
time
after
I
my
would never
daughter's
otherwise
born.
have. You can always get more money, but you can never get more time, right? So
Right.
then as you get older, you start realizing those things. And then when your daughter's born, you look at her and then you really start realizing those things, you know?
Yeah. And that's great, man. That's fucking awesome. And not that you tore your bicep, but yeah, that you got
And I
to
tore
have
my
that time.
bicep in a match against a good friend of me and Scotty Max.
Yeah.
His name's Dropkick Murphy, and he ended up passing away just a few weeks after that match. So I
What?
was his last match in our company. He was actually supposed to go on and be the first champion of CAW,
Yeah.
and he beat me it was like a contendership to get up there, and he was facing for the first ever champion. He was going to win, and he passed away like right before he was supposed to win. So we still put in the record books that he's the first ever champion.
Cool. I like that.
And even though I tore my bicep, yeah, I tore it, but I did it with him in the ring, so I'll never forget that. I'll never forget his last match. Those moments when you have an emotion attached to a memory, it's much stronger, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel anyway. And there
Yeah.
was a lot of emotion attached to that match because of all of that. So I'll never forget it. I don't regret it. It left my right bicep looking a little different than my left, but it's a war wound, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, I didn't know him that well. I met him a couple times in passing, but
Yeah,
I mean, I watched Kayfabe the movie a bunch of times, so like it was always cool to see him, And so like with that movie, that was weird. Like I saw the movie before I went up to Canada, so like the people that were in that movie, I was like dude, that's the fucking person
That's
from
the
the
guy.
movie.
That's the guy, right?
Yeah, dude, it
Yeah.
was a really fucking big trip going up there with that. But he was one of them, and I was like, dude, like that's fucking Lucky Lupacek, man.
Nicest
And
guy in the world, I'll tell you. Nicest
yeah,
guy. You know what I'm interested in
what's that?
is what you do, the hypnotizing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's cool, man. And it was one of those things that I never would have thought I would have gotten into. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's fun. Like it's cool, like because I thought it was a work. I like for
yeah,
the longest time, like even when I started, when I went and talked to the guy that trained me, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, this got to be like a magic trick. Like
yeah.
something
Is there
else
some
got to be in
sleight of
on it.
hand here or what's going on? But it's
Yeah,
mostly just like auto suggestion, right?
right. Yeah, and I mean it can be done so many different ways. Like, and the way that I got taught was mostly just conversational, which is weird. And because it can just be anywhere, anytime, just uh, drop people into hypnosis just for
I'd like to
what?
try that with you sometime.
Sure.
Since we've last talked, I had another surgery after that bicep surgery. I had a arthroscopic clavicle surgery on my right arm, and then I had a rotator cuff. And so I was laid out again, but my daughter was like 8. So like right after the bicep surgery, like 6 or 8 months later, I had another surgery. And then,
Whoa.
but then it was more time at home with her. But they put me on all those painkillers, Dilaudid, morphine, Tylenol threes, and I was 250 pounds at this time, bulking up like on steroids, just trying to get as big as humanly possible, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't, because my metabolism was so fast when I was a kid. I never had a problem fucking taking a shit in my life. But I didn't know these pills constipate you because they never did before to me after my other surgeries. I guess I was younger and my metabolism was faster and I wasn't eating as much. But
Yeah.
this time I was 250 and a little older. And I
Yeah.
didn't shit for 3 days, bro.
Whoa.
And when I finally went, it was like Randy Marsh on South Park.
Yeah.
I I shit out a football like and it was pointy like a football, I guess, because it has to come out. But it was a
Right.
whole football, and it broke my ass, man. It gave me like
Whoa.
a prolapse hemorrhoid so bad I couldn't sit down, I couldn't stand. I was in agony 24 hours a day. I was it made me have
Whoa.
to leave wrestling and not come back. Even the surgeries didn't hold me back. It was the side effect of the pills after the surgery. And I was in so much pain. I was so depressed. And I would wake up in the morning and my daughter would give me happiness for a few seconds. But even when I was hugging her, I realized I wasn't truly in the moment appreciating it enough because of all the pain I was in. And the doctor's like, well, in 6 months, we'll check this procedure, or we'll do a very invasive surgery. You'll be on a waiting list for that. And so I knew I was looking at, because Canada, the healthcare is very slow here. So
Yeah.
they make you wait like 6 months for an MRI here. You know what I mean? And so it was going to be
Shit.
like over a year before I get this surgery. And I was like, I don't know. So then I just started listening. I went back to listening to Tony Robbins and stuff like that,
Sure.
motivational Jim Rohn and motivational speakers that I'd listened to before when I was like thinking about making money. But I remember like they gave me more of a positive mindset to get everything done. And then I stumbled upon Joe Dispenza and I purchased a couple of his books. And then I started reading. And then during the Supernatural book, they talked about meditating. So I
Yeah.
changed my diet, started meditating and reading. And over time, by the time I went for the checkup to be um, schedule my surgery date, it was so funny, bro. There was this old Polish proctologist.
Yeah.
He
That sounds like
takes,
a start of a joke.
yeah, takes off his or puts on his glove. Doesn't take off. He puts on his glove, lubes me up, puts his finger in my ass, And he looks at me while his fingers in my ass, and he's like, "It's all gone. There's nothing in here." And then he takes it out. And he's like, "Outside too." And then I was like, "So I don't need a surgery?" And he's like, "You don't even need a minor procedure." He's like, "You could just walk out of here." And then he's like, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." And then the funniest part
Whoa.
was he took off the glove, threw it in the garbage, and then stuck his hand out at me, and I shook it. And I was like, this guy's hand is just in my ass, and I'm shaking it. Didn't even sanitize it, nothing, but it's just like this old Polish guy and shit, right?
Yeah.
And so then I
Holy
realized because
shit.
when I was meditating, I was just like giving myself shitloads of auto suggestion, like you're healthy and focusing energy on certain spots of my body that needed healing. And I
Whoa.
healed it. And I healed all the way from the point where I needed invasive surgery. I was in 10 out of 10 pain. I hated every second of life. And now I'm fine. And I just returned back to wrestling last night.
Dude, that's fucking unreal.
Yeah, it was. It was a crazy experience. And like
Holy shit.
now, now I don't know. I'm not a religious person,
Yeah.
but since I've been meditating, I've done so much stuff like vision boards and auto suggestion and just really learned psychology and the way my thoughts are and my addiction to stress hormones and then just generalized hypochondria that more than 3 out of 4 people have, repeating bad things to myself constantly, and that's actually the real problem of it all. And once I learned about all that, it gave me a different perspective on not religion, but like energy and whatever is out there, because something's out there. And
Yeah.
I can't define it. My human brain's too small, but I definitely know going from needing an invasive procedure on my ass to not even needing anything done, and I changed it all on my own. I know that there's something going on, you know.
Yeah.
So now I'm much more open to things, and it made me very interested in your hypnotism because I wonder what that does, you know?
You do fucking anything. And it's weird. And I mean, so uh meditation or focusing energy or praying, it's the exact same thing. It's all focusing good intention towards something.
Yes.
um, and it's exactly the same. It's just called different things, and one way sounds weird to the other for some people. And I, dude, it's crazy that you can do that, and you
Yeah.
can
I never gave
just,
it up either. I wake up meditating every day and I go to bed meditating every day. And if I can squeeze in a 10-minute one here and there, like if I arrive at work early, I
yeah,
got an eye mask in my cup holder. I throw that on. I plug into a Joe Dispenza 10-minute guided meditation, and I'll get a quick refresh right before walking in, dealing with a lot of people.
dude,
And
that's
it's
fucking,
done wonders for me.
yeah, dude. It's great. I mean, that's what I got with yoga. I did start doing the DDP yoga like a year ago,
Yeah.
and within 3 days, dude, like I was off. Like I was like this close to like being fully disabled, like
Holy.
by the fucking social security and the state and everything. And I was in my appeals for that, and I
What
had
got you so disabled?
dude, I had 3 surgeries on my knee, and then my back got really fucked up. My lower back just got really fucked up,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so then I was on, a shit ton of, you know, painkillers and what's it called? And like muscle relaxers.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I wasn't smoking weed for a long time, and then I started smoking weed, and that fucking helped. And then I started taking less of those. But then like once I started doing DDP yoga, I had never been able to, like, from standing up, like bend over and touch the ground, but
Yeah. Touch your
after
toes.
touch my toes. And after 3 days, I could fucking do that. And then
That's
like,
crazy, bro.
yeah, dude, and like I haven't taken, uh, I think I took one like muscle relaxer and one like ibuprofen in the last year, because it was like just about a year ago that I started it, and like
That's
that's it.
amazing.
Yeah, dude. Like it's all about just because I mean that's kind of the same thing too. Like because you're getting that um that focused energy on something and breathing and
Yeah.
fucking
Channeling
move.
your energy, focusing on like a direct spot.
Yeah,
It's actually wild. I've done
yeah,
it with my knee, like, cause I have tears in my knee, and I've laid there for just 45 minutes. Uh, no TV on, just the lights, me sitting there, and I just sit still and focus right on my knee in one direct spot where it hurts. And after a couple minutes, that direct spot and nothing else in my body will start pulsing. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, holy shit. So then I stop for a couple minutes. I'm like, maybe it's coincidence. Try it again. Boom, 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 boom. And I was just like, dude, there's
yeah,
so much more I don't know than what I do know, but I'm excited to learn what I can, you know?
yeah. And so this is how I got into erotic hypnosis, and that was like whatever. I figured that out like one of the first days of training. They told us, my teacher told me like to go listen to some hypnosis on YouTube. And then that was like the first suggested video after I listened to it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's sort of the same thing, like what you were saying, like just the way you can focus onto a certain part and have like the pulsing,
A
you can do
direct
this
reaction, and there's
direct
no other
reaction.
muscles contorting to assist in it, you know? You
Right,
literally staying still and womp, 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 womp right after you're thinking about it. It's not a coincidence, you know?
right. And yeah, I mean that's what it is. And it's that anything like it can be anything. Like I don't know. Yeah, I was still so against all of it, but like I've seen so much, and like being able to see people that um like with any sort of trauma of any sort, like just like I don't have to know any of it. They don't have to tell me a fucking word. They can go in, and I just ask them like once they go through it, like you have to go through it, relive it for one more time, and then like I add fucking weird goofy shit in there, and then it makes it not really important anymore, and then people are just kind of okay, and
You
it's
know,
weird.
my fiance has some irrational fears, and as you talk, I'm realizing I should link you guys up. Can you do this over
Yeah,
like how we're doing this now?
yeah, absolutely. I can do it on the phone. I can do it her reading stuff if she wants to, like kind of
Amazing.
anything. Yeah, dude. And it's cool, man. And like yeah, and like
I love
the
helping people.
yeah, me too, man. It's nice. It's able to, you know, do something different, and like I never thought that yeah, I would do that. And then yeah, I got fucking depressed and like after I busted my knee, and then yeah, I
Isn't
went
that
to
how she goes though? It's like
yeah,
you reach rock bottom and then you start looking up, right?
right?
And
And
that's when you
yeah,
start climbing. But it definitely took me some serious pain
yeah,
to want to change. I was comfortable in my ways for so long, and now I would never go back to my old ways, you know?
yeah, and me too. And it's the same shit. And like it's the evolution that we had to have. We could have, you know, I mean, I'm sure that we have not done what would have put us on that path earlier in life. We chose alternate routes to get there, but then at this point it just would keep going twice as strong, just like with any sort of um, if there's a trauma, like having to get you know a reaction on it, triggered as I guess you could say.
Yeah.
um, like it every time that you kind of avoid it, it reinforces it twice as strong. And so it's the same thing with that it's just getting reinforced more and more. But then yeah, once you don't, then you're there.
The ever-present moment. How lovely.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
thinking about the past, which is depression, I suppose, in a lot of times, or the future, which is anxiety. You
Right.
got to get to a place in your brain where you realize none of that's going on, none of it's real. You're playing out things, some of them, but the human body's conditioned that way for survival. What's that in the bushes? Is it a squirrel? Is it a tiger? Is it a person coming to get me? So like the brain makes things up. That's what it does. And you got to take a step back and be kind of like the witnesser of thoughts instead of experiencing the emotion of all of them, right?
Right.
And that's what I found really worked for me. And Joe Dispenza helped with that. And I'm a lot different person than I used to be. People would be religious and pray and say God bless to me, and I would just feel like it was unnecessary. I never thought it was rude or it never really bothered me, but I
Yeah.
just thought it was unnecessary. And now I understand,
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
It's kind of the same way, and it's it's weird. It's fucking. It's just someone wishing good intentions on you,
yeah.
and it's like,
And
oh,
others
thank
too.
you.
Like, and when you,
Yeah,
I find when you pray for others, it works even better than when you pray for yourself.
agreed. And
You know?
why not do that? And
Yeah.
it's I mean, yeah, like I'm out here by a lot of Appalachian witches and shit, and dude, it's all the same thing. They're doing the same thing, praying for everyone through whatever,
That's a
some sort
great
of
energy. They've done the scientific screenings of how much energy around prayer with Joe Dispenza. He's got like the biggest one in the world. And when they
yeah,
get all those people concentrated doing a prayer in one area, like crime gets reduced to like nothing for a long period of time after. And then it only slowly gets back worse. Like people actually change. People that weren't even part of the prayer get affected by the energy.
yeah,
And knowing all that kind of stuff now, it really changes my perspective on things. 1 second.
yeah, you got it. So that's where we get into it. And I think we got that.
Just have to plug my phone in here.
No, it's cool. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I don't want this thing to die.
yeah, I mean it's pretty cool to be able to do that. So like I have you ever done a float tank? I'm just kind of putting myself over here during this too, which kind of is weird.
I've never done a
Um,
float tank, no, but I've heard good things.
okay, so I mean, so what it does is it, you know, kind of puts you in that same state, like where it's balanced, like you can't tell like where your head ends and your body begins, and it's just 50 pounds of Epsom salt and water up to your ears. That's the
And a
same temperature
microdose of
your skin.
psilocybin before or what?
And yeah, I mean you can, yeah, and
I would.
yeah, I probably would too. And yeah, I mean like, dude, so I went like one of the first things I did when I tried it, because I tried it back in Portland. Um, my friend Crystal, she used to come up there and wrestle, like
I
when
remember
I
her.
did. Okay, yeah. So she used to take me to
Did she
the
marry Sean?
she's married to Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she'd take me to the float tanks, and we'd go do that. And like I think the second or third time, it was right after I started doing hypnosis that I gave it to, like, I'm like, hey, like, because I wanted to go and multiply the effects, because I was getting massages and acupuncture at the time, so I was all fucked up, and I was like, dude, if I could do like give people hypnosis while they're getting a massage. Like that would be fucking really cool.
Oh,
But
for sure.
there
Twice the
was,
relaxation, so they drop into like a, what would that be, like a beta state or
yeah, I mean, at least.
yeah.
And then, yeah, then there, but there was a law in Oregon that like I couldn't be in a room with someone that was without their clothes on doing hypnosis. That was like one of the laws. And so I was like, well, shit, that kind of sucks. And then so I went to the float tank, and at the end of it, they have a speaker in there that kind of plays music like at award shows when it's like, hey, time to wrap it up, like time to go home.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, okay, so if there's music coming out of there, like, why couldn't we put a hypnosis in there that we could listen to at the beginning of it? And so I did that, and we both tried it out. So then that way, we could both, get hypnotized while we float. And then it worked out really well. And then I tried pitching it forever. I tried pitching it to them, a couple people in Portland. I tried it in Colorado. I tried it in Minnesota. I tried it in Utah. And then I tried it in Connecticut. And then I tried it when I got out to Pennsylvania, and there was a place that was offering, and so they had gone to a convention, like there's a float tank convention, and one of my friends knew that I had been talking about it, and he's a float tank guy, and they knew who he was. And then so they were doing hypnosis in float tanks because nobody would like want to do the hypnosis in the float tank. And then so they were doing it, and I went in there, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it out, and I'm like, it's not very good. It's like some British guy just doing a generic fucking relaxation thing, and it's boring.
Yeah.
So I was like, like, let me fucking record one, and we'll put it in there and try it out. And then they wanted to work with me. And then so we got to make one that was specifically for floating in a float tank.
That's awesome.
And
Do you still have that?
yeah, it's down there. Like if you're in Westchester, Pennsylvania, or Princeton, New Jersey, you can go in there and get it. I have it on, like an MP3 of it. If
Yeah, as one of those things, get MP3, I would just like download the audio and get some wireless headphones and go in these float tank or something.
Yeah, and dude, like I'd say the first time you should do it just totally silent, totally dark.
Yeah.
If you can get one that they have ones that look like an egg that are like kind of clamshell kind of a thing, and then they have these ones that are like full rooms, and you want to get the full room if you can because those get darker. There's sometimes a little bit of light that comes through on the egg ones, but the ones that get like the full room, it's fucking cool because it's totally dark, totally silent, and
No,
like
I
if
definitely would love to do that.
yeah, dude, and I mean, you're in 50 pounds of Epsom salt, so then your body feels really
Pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
good after that.
yeah, and so yeah, I mean, all about fucking adding different things on top of each other to focus more good energy, man, and
Yeah, me too,
um,
man. So I like
yeah,
that. I eat well, I exercise well, I meditate, I try to read about half an hour a day.
cool,
Maybe I'm reading like good stuff from like Napoleon Hill or Jim Rohn or Tony Robbins and stuff. Always trying to
awesome,
fill my brain with like as much knowledge from the past as possible. Like and the present too. Tony Robbins talks a lot about like cutting edge technologies, different medicines available. But I'm more interested in not even needing medicines. You know what I mean? I
right,
wanna heal from the inside out, right? So
yeah,
I microdose psilocybin every day, just what is it, 100 milligrams is 0.1 on a scale, 0.1 of a gram. I just do that every single day. Take lion's mane, you know?
cool,
Yeah, and it's just had such a profound effect on my life, and I couldn't recommend it any more than I do. I used to be way bigger, and I would think I was the smallest guy in the world. I like because my mind was just, it's never good enough. It's never good enough. And then I got off steroids, all that shit. went through my injuries and then went on my healing journey or quest or whatever.
Yeah,
And now I weigh only 195 pounds. I used to be 252. And I don't even look at myself. I look at myself now like I'm bigger than I did then because my mind is just happier with who I am, you know?
that's
So
fucking awesome.
it is awesome, man. And it's helped all the people around me too. Now everybody wants to start doing what I'm doing. That's directly connected in my life. My relationships have improved with everybody. So I'm never gonna stop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It works. I was
Yeah,
skeptical before, but it works. People just don't try. They hear it doesn't work from someone else. They reinforce that idea in their head, and then they look at you like you're stupid for even trying. And it's like, well, have you tried? No, but the experts say. And the experts who? The ones that are paid off by Pfizer or the guy who is lining his pockets with other money, experts. Why
yeah,
don't you trust your gut instinct or why don't you open your mind?
yeah. I mean, why don't you fucking try it? Like, uh, I mean that was the same thing with smoking weed again or fucking doing yoga. It's like, dude, like I've tried fucking everything. I feel like, and then I'm like, well, like, what if I just tried this? Like, what if it worked?
Yeah. And you
And
found
yeah,
the DDP yoga really worked for you, eh?
yeah, dude, it changed my whole life, man. Like within probably 2-3 weeks. Like I thought that I was gonna be fucking fucked. Like, dude, I thought I was gonna be fucked my whole rest of my life. Like, just that was it.
Oh, shoot.
And then going to a different thought of, I guess I'm not. I guess I'm gonna be better and I'm gonna feel okay. And I don't know how the fuck that happened, but here it is. We may have lost him momentarily because shit was getting too real. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't even cracked this open. I'm going to go and try to put this over again. This is best yet white birch beer. I think it's maybe my second favorite. I still think Fox and Park is better. So Fox and Park, what up? That's something. So maybe he'll come back. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I got a great conversation, so we'll find out. It's all good. Maybe his phone died. Maybe something came through. I guess cool, man. Like you heard what he was saying. That your life can change like that. All it takes is listening to this podcast and hearing two people that both had, troubles, both had it harder. And now focusing energy is what you got to do. Focus energy, good. Energy, bad. Block, bad. I forgot how that went. But it's circular. It's like a merry-go-round. So thank you, everyone. I'm just going to end it because it's good. I will put links how to get a hold of Air Adonis. And yeah, you should get him on your show. Get him doing more podcasts. So you want to check me out? You can go to rustydiamond.net. And you can go to hypnosisisgreat.com, or you can go to youtube.com/ at Canadian Apex Wrestling to see some of Air Adonis's work. Find him on Facebook, whatever. But thank you, everyone, for being here. And check out my books. Hypnosis is Great. Erotic Hypnosis is Great. Available on Amazon. And that is the show, man. Boom.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.